Conversations for Change, the 5A's and tobacco cessation. This video is produced by the Behavioral Health and Wellness Program in the School of Medicine at the University of Colorado Anschhutz Medical Campus, with funding support from the Smoking Cessation Leadership Center, SCLC. This video demonstrates the 5A's, a brief, evidence-based intervention which allows healthcare workers to talk with patients about tobacco cessation efficiently and effectively. Tobacco dependence and use is a chronic relapsing condition that requires repeated interventions and a systematic approach.
Hello, Darian. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. Before we get started, I just wanted to check in with you about a few things. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
So I see from your chart that you are currently using tobacco. What can you tell me about your tobacco use?
I'm down to about a pack a day now. I started cutting back ever since my sister died of cancer last year. She smoked for 30 years, and the doctor said she would have lived longer if she didn't smoke. I smoked for almost that long, and I'm scared about what it's doing to my health.
30 years is a long time. You say you've smoked almost that long? How long have you been a smoker?
About 28 years now.
Wow. So you were a young man when you started. Why did you start smoking?
Well, it was the cool thing to do. If you didn't smoke, you weren't tough. And in my neighborhood, if you weren't tough, well, that was a problem for you. So I just started smoking just like everyone else I knew.
Well, it sounds like you're aware of some of the negative health consequences from using tobacco, but what is it you're scared of?
Well, my sister died of throat cancer, and my parents died of tobacco use too. My father had a heart attack, and my mother had lung cancer. I just don't want to suffer like they did.
Yeah, that sounds very scary.
And with my kids growing up, I don't want them to end up in the same boat.
And you want to be a good role model for your children.
I do. I don't smoke in the house because I don't want them exposed to it. But they know that good old dad smokes. They tell me to quit all the time. In fact, my daughter made a poster about the negative effects of tobacco use for school, and she made sure to show it to me before she turned it in.
And have you ever tried quitting smoking?
Yeah, I went a whole summer once without smoking. Then I started again when the kids went back to school. I used a patch that time, but I didn't like it. It gave me weird dreams and made my skin itchy.
Some forms of nicotine replacement therapy work better for different people. Aside from the patch, have you tried anything else?
Yeah, I've gone quite a while just going cold turkey. Mostly after my kids were born. I went a couple of months both times. But then something happened to stress me out enough to where I just went back to it.
Well, it sounds like you've had some success with quitting in the past.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, stopping smoking is the single best thing you can do to improve your health. And as your healthcare provider, I strongly recommend it, especially in light of your sister's recent death.
Yeah, I hear you. I know that I want to quit, but I'm just so scared. I failed last time, and if I fail again, I think I might just give up. Plus, it's just so hard to quit. But I know I'm only hurting myself by continuing to smoke.
So, on one hand, it sounds like you're scared to quit because you don't know if you can do it. And on the other hand, you're aware of the negative health consequences and want to quit so you can live a longer and healthier life. Is that right?
Yeah, it's just so hard.
So it sounds like your previous experience is acting as a barrier to your quitting right now.
Yeah, I don't want to fail again, you know?
Well, quitting smoking can be hard. In order to get a better sense of your readiness, let's talk about a scale. So on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not ready and 10 being very ready to quit smoking, where would you put yourself?
Well, I know that I want to quit. I'm just not sure that I can. So I guess I would put myself at about a 6 on that scale.
Oh, okay, great. A 6. So why are you at a 6 and not at a 4?
Well, I know that I want to quit. If I said that I was a 4, then I would just be saying that I want to quit without doing anything about it. And my kids, if they started smoking, I don't even think I could tell them to stop because I smoke. And I don't want them out there thinking that that's okay.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So tell me, what would need to change in your life in order to get you to an 8?
Well, an 8 would be great. I guess I would have to start thinking about quitting. Coming up with a plan that would work for me. I would want the support of my family and friends, and I would tell them about the plan and ask them to put up with me for about a week or so. And I would really want to learn about the medications that are available to me, so I don't have to use that awful patch.
Okay, so you can pretty easily identify supports and actions you can take to move yourself to an 8 on this scale.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I would want to quit, and I would be able to start by making some of these changes.
Absolutely. I'd be happy to talk with you about nicotine replacement therapy today, as well as some behavioral supports that we offer. We can also spend some time talking about how to ask family and friends for support through this process. How does that sound to you?
Sounds great.
Okay, let's meet again in 2 weeks and we can talk further about your readiness to stop smoking. That'll give you some time to think about medication options and talk with family and friends. And at that time, maybe we can talk about your next steps.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, it's still scary to think about quitting, but I can definitely talk to my family and think about the medications that'll work best for me.
Okay, great. Well, if you have any questions in the meantime, please feel free to give me a call.
See you in 2 weeks.